The Empress's veiled blessing behind her, Mao Mao stepped deeper into the labyrinth of palace secrets. She had one goal: find the records from the Red Year, the season of stillbirths, assassinations, and the vanishing of names. But those records weren't kept in the standard archive. They were buried. Behind locked doors. Inside a sealed chamber beneath the Imperial Medical Repository. A place even physicians avoided out of superstition or fear. Mao Mao had to lie, threaten, and bribe her way in. She used Jinshi's token without telling him. What she found was dust. And silence. And a single ancient logbook bound in cracked leather with pages so delicate they crumbled at the corners. It contained daily medical reports signed by court physicians long dead. She flipped through cautiously. Names, conditions, prescriptions, deaths, and then one entry stood out. Not for what it said, but for what had been scratched out. Entire lines blotted in thick ink, one page completely blacked over. But Mao Mao knew tricks. She held the page to the light, tipped it, tilted it. And slowly, the pressure from the original ink began to emerge beneath the black. She traced the indentations with her fingers. A name, a patient, Yan Shun. Her breath caught. A name lost to court memory. But not to Luomin. She remembered now faintly he once cursed that name in drunken rage long ago. She flipped further. Another page, another redacted line. Then condition, severe mercury poisoning. Administered via cosmetic powder. Suspect, high consort Phi Yu. Mao Mao's fingers went cold. They had accused her mother of trying to poison the crown prince, but something was wrong. The dosage didn't match, and worse, the real poison wasn't mercury. It was arsenic sulfide disguised to look like mercury poisoning. Only an expert or a forger could have changed that. They framed her mother. And they'd erased the patient's name from history. But Mao Mao had found it, Yan Shun, a noble's illegitimate child. Once marked as heir, and suddenly gone. She stood in the dark, scroll in hand, truth pounding in her ears like war drums. Then a voice behind her. You weren't supposed to find that. She spun. And there stood Jinshi, expression blank. Eyes sharp. You knew, she whispered. He nodded slowly. Yan Shun. Was me? As dawn broke over the imperial city, two figures emerged from the labyrinthine palace, arm in arm. Jinshi clutched a small bundle close, his face drawn and pale. Beside him, Mao Mao walked with an unsteady gait, her eyes wide and dark. They moved quickly, seeking refuge in the safety of numbers. Soon they slipped into a waiting carriage, leaving behind the sprawling complex and the secrets it held. Within the confines of their temporary home, a small rented house, Mao Mao collapsed onto a bed, burying her face in a pillow. Yinshi sat beside her, silent, watching her closely. After a long moment, he spoke, his voice a low murmur. Why did you come to me? Why not keep this secret? Mao Mao looked up, tears streaming down her face. I needed your help, to find the truth. And what truth is this? Jinshi asked softly, reaching out to cup her face. The truth about my father, about our past. His touch sent a shiver through her, but she pulled away, wiping her eyes furiously. Why? Why do you care? Because, she whispered, her voice hoarse. If I don't know who I am, how can I claim the throne? Jinshi felt a surge of protectiveness, a primal instinct to shield her, to be her shield. But he was her shield. That much was clear. In his own twisted way, he was the only one who could protect her. He knew too much. He could use that knowledge to manipulate, to control. But love, true love, that was a different story altogether. He didn't know if he could bear it, not after all this time. Yet here he was, consumed by the turmoil in her eyes, the pain she refused to let him ease. For a moment their gazes locked. Then, as if jolted by some unseen force, Jinshi broke away, his expression hardening. He rose abruptly, his movement sharp and precise. You need rest, he said curtly, turning away. Go to sleep. We'll talk in the morning. Mao Mao watched him go, confusion clouding her features. What had she done? Why did she seek him out? Now doubt gnawed at her, whispering insidious thoughts. Had she made a terrible mistake? Was she playing a dangerous game she couldn't win? The answers eluded her, lost in the labyrinth of secrets that surrounded them.